I still recall one more activities at the end of the line. He has done a project absolutely tough now.
I didn't take any summer placement from any of it because I wanted to think for myself. I didn't believe that a company would give me enough space to do what I wanted to do. So I approached we had the director of NITIE. I approached him and he became my guy. And I flew to Hong Kong and Thailand and did a project on e-learning for NITIE. So it's basically basically I was traveling and educating myself. And I submitted a report which got me good grades at that.
So how to use the learning time for real life? What is time pass? Days, add and value. Those were the initiatives which were taken. And there's huge scope for it. There's huge scope. Most of the people, they don't liberate. That's the sad part of this world. So these things make me very good friend of you. We are very passionate kind of relationship like that. And I'm very happy that after Rohit went to good placement, business kind of, with all these kind of things, you got a placement.
I joined constantly, and the consulting firm, but my heart was in entrepreneurship. So I left in 3 years. I joined the technology consulting practice, started my career as an ethical hacker, and then did a lot of technology work for consulting clients all over the world. And then I was meant to be an entrepreneur. So then I had my first startup in 2004, which was a control case, and I had a partner from US, basically Kuwaiti Indian living in US, and we met in assignment in Philippines. And so I worked there in 2009, and then after that, I traveled on the world, and 2017 start is when I did my next big move, which is launching. And we're going to talk about it.
Definitely. Okay. So these are kind of things that philosophically we like.
Altering the basic fundamental equation, and you are many of the companies. When I did a course out here, when Flipkart came, I should have been it's going to be failure, because they're doing $1.5 billion, okay, and they're losing money at the rate of I think a couple of $1 million every single month, So they never developed that business model where what you take in is lower than what you throw out, And so I just knew that's just a matter of time they will go first, And so you have to attack that problem absolutely at the day. There's no getting away with that. And better do it when you're small, because then you have no one knows you, and then you have degrees of freedom. You can make some changes here and there, And then the probability of succeeding goes dramatic.
Yeah. So this particular thing, now self-sustaining model of business, the very business model itself, the very first break, atomic level, people generally call them atomic level, the very first step should be done. And this he practices in his life also. Beauty is that. And he just no unnecessary kind of thing. Just the IMC span, you can imagine. So he just doesn't bother about most of the luxury things very simply. So that we can see even in his personal life.
And that also comes from Warren Buffett, who's one of my guru. I actually went to all his places, and he lives in the same house since 1954, which he bought, and it's actually the poor neighborhood of Omaha, Nebraska. And he drives the same car, and he eats very simple, So it comes from some of the gurus which I appreciate. Simple living it takes away your time from luxuries into big problems. You want to be simple living is deeper thinking, I think.
So these are the principles it's not only useful for entrepreneurship, this is useful for manager, this is useful for students. There are 3 levels which we can see. One is for the entrepreneurship development course, which we talk about lean startup. Second thing is that it's also useful to general life. We have a very luxurious thing. Like it is Kingfisher, Malayas, that's okay. But they can carry out. If somebody does, then that's his choice. Third thing is that we can see that for a student learning process is fantastic also. After 2 years, when you join HP, when you join XYZ, what you would like to do, that's your choice. But here, 2 years, that you can follow this particular route, if you do this particular 2 years learning in those principles, you will definitely have success. And you create the original DNA of your development. So these things which may be much more interesting. So being the guest, and I open up this particular whole session for you. I wish you would like to tell about. I would like to ask you should pose questions to me. And I also wish to ask very clearly. This is what I was thinking tonight. Don't ask what happened in his life.
You can ask that also. It's fine. No problem.
But actually, it doesn't make any sense to you actually. That's what I said.
I'll get sense out of it. Ask
Okay,
him.
that's one.
Yeah, so let me make a first start out here. I'll do exactly the Warren Buffett way. I'll do a small talk here, and then we'll open the floor to discussion. And my standard here is Warren Buffett gave a talk at University of Florida in 1999, and the students, they were very enterprising. And he gave a small talk, and then he opened the floor for questioning. And the first question asked to him was your thoughts, comments about Japan. Okay, it was a very random question. And but it was a very deep question. And then we started talking about how the interest rates in Japan are low and how the corporates and the stock markets are. It's a rich country, but the return on assets being very, very low. When you talk about that, and he gave very deep insights. So if you ask random questions from anywhere, we'll get into something very interesting. But I do want to bias you a little bit, by telling you what exactly I did this year. And so this year has been a little bit of exciting year for me. So how many of you have heard of the word Bitcoins? Everybody has heard of Bitcoins, right? So when Bitcoin prices hit about $1,000, I've been watching Bitcoin for a couple of years now. So I had a trigger for it, which is if the Bitcoin prices reaches 1,000 here, I'll drop everything I'm doing, stop everything, entire history is blank, and start looking like just exploring Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin prices in the month of December, it touched $1,000. It felt that way. Okay. So that's when I stopped everything, and I was invited by my first employer, Ernst & Young, to give a talk on blockchains. So I gave a talk there in blockchain in one of the capital conferences in Chennai, like one of the big hotels there. And I basically what happened, I asked them a question. So there was just not me, there was a panel of people, and they are basically the movers and shakers of the blockchain world in India. And so I asked a question in the group, how many of them, you're talking big things about blockchain, okay? They're talking like there's something called Open Ledger, and there's something called Ripple, and a lot of big talks are happening. I said, how many of you have made money out of blockchains? How many of you have actually invested in any of these blockchains and not a single hand yet? But then I realized that I'm a very wrong audience here, which is people, they're talkers but not doers. Okay, they're just it's just no one is making money out here, but they're giving like a bunch of theory out here. So then I said I have to do something radical now. So then I said, who in India is making money in blockchain? So give me some hot technologies that you think of right now, or hot things that happen in the world. Give me some keywords. IoT. Okay. What else? IoT one. What else? Cloud computing.
Yeah.
What is that?
SMS. SMAC.
What full form of that?
Social media analytics.
Okay, that's cloud and social media analytics. So SMAC. Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah. Augmented reality. Yes. And no one said artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Smart contracts. Smart contracts is blockchain thing. Artificial intelligence. Okay. AI. Okay. If you rank all of these technologies, okay. So let's say give a weight of 5 to IoT. Okay. How much IoT is doing? Okay. So IoT is basically a marketing jargon right now. In our time it was RFID. It just emerges in a new form, saying that hardware can be integrated in different means. If you give a weight of 5 to IoT, right, we will give probably a weight of SMAC is pretty powerful, so cloud will go up to 20. Cloud has been a big changer, game changer, So the point, so we'll give about 20 to cloud. And SMAC, social media is very important, it's very, very important in as well. So let's give 35 to SMAC, social media, analytics and all that stuff. Not the analytics part, the social media part. That is very, very important, And what's the other term that came out? And then let's say artificial intelligence will put somewhere around 23. Okay? Blockchain technology, I will give a weight of 300. There is so much transformation, okay? And you are born at a place where it's still very early days, where it's not being, people still don't understand the power of it, right? So blockchain technology, the mother of all these jargons that are coming, it's still early days, people don't realize it. But cloud is nothing, it's peanuts. Like Microsoft right now is pivoting, like it's transforming its business model to cloud. And in fact, just yesterday, Satya Nadella and all, they said that they're firing people from sales. I think they made a big firing yesterday, so that they could only focus on Microsoft Azure, and we are using Azure for our products out here. It's a cloud platform for Microsoft, and the cloud is nothing compared to blockchain. Blockchain is a game changer. It's a big game changer, and I will discuss why. If you ask questions, we'll answer that question out here. So I took a flight to China, to Shanghai, and so Shanghai, China is one of the big places where Bitcoin is happening, like the mining is happening, So some of the biggest mining farms in Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining, and I expect, if you don't understand, I expect you to ask these questions in the question answer session, okay? I'm just going to tell you my last 6 months, and then we'll throw the ball to the answers. And we also want to touch entrepreneurship questions and other questions, So I went to China, and so basically there were a couple of companies in China which were basically the world leaders then in Bitcoin mining. But then the Chinese government got scared because China is a control system, and they maintain the yuan currency is kind of controlled, and they maintain a peg literally with the dollar. So when a currency has a peg with a dollar, it means the central bank has to fund whenever there's a mismatches between the actual values. Because they put money in and money out to make sure that the dollar parity stays. Okay, so it's an expensive operation to maintain a peg, and they felt that the Bitcoins is going to increase the cost of maintaining the peg for the yuan. And so what they did was they basically banned certain operations of the big Bitcoin exchanges in China. And so the Chinese market was very, very subdued at that point of time. And so I realized that there's nothing much I can do in China. So I said, what do we do next? So I said, okay, let's go to some other place. So I took it, I got a ticket, and went to New York, and it was snowing in New York, and I was not really quite ready, for the clothing, but I somehow managed. And I went to, so I checked on Twitter what's happening in the Bitcoin world, and I realized there's a movie show going on, which is called Banking with Bitcoins. And there's a guy called Christopher Carragher, and so he basically invited a premier, to his audience, which I get blessed, in Lafayette and Broadway, in Manhattan, And there I met a bunch of people, So I met Congressman Steve Stockman, who is one of the champions of Bitcoins in US. And then I met Nick. Nick is the guy who started. He was featured in the movie as well. Bitcoin Center, the world's first Bitcoin center in New York. I met a couple of venture capitalists who were actually investing in Bitcoins, and then I met a very interesting guy, and he was doing a blockchain. Some of these are interviews. If you look at my YouTube channel, it's not very famous. I'm not very open on it, but I'll give you the link. You can search out there. So I've recorded some small interviews on YouTube as well there. So there's a guy called Joseph Fiscella, okay, and very young guy. He was his girlfriend with him, and he said that I'm doing a blockchain called Flowing Coin, and that blockchain has one feature over Bitcoin. It's like almost like a clone of Bitcoin, but has one feature over Bitcoin that you could add transaction comments. Okay, it's a very big feature. I didn't realize it then. I realized it only later on, and now we are heavily involved into Flowing Coin. In fact, Vivek was out here. He did his internship with Ranchi Mall in the month of December, and so he's fully working on my Flowing Coin project. And another project is something called Initial Coin Offering, which is equivalent of Initial Public Offering for the Bitcoin project, which I'm doing right now for Ranchi Mall, which is my current project which I'm doing right now. And so I met all those guys, and then but really nothing came out. And then most of the guys are again, and of course I met the director, the media guys, and so I met all those guys, and they said, all right, enough of Bitcoin, I'm kind of feeling bored, let's take a break. So no more Bitcoins now. So then I flew to Ecuador, South America, and went to Amazon, just took some time out, That's where I got my first breakthrough idea in Bitcoins. And basically it happened in the matter of, I was thinking I need to do something, because till now I had I had nothing to offer. I knew that I wanted to do something in Bitcoin, and so Ranchi Mall is an e-commerce one, and so I had some candidate products, but none of the products had really gone big and open out it. So in the month of February, I came with that first product related to Bitcoin, which is, you could also say, my first commercial product. It was called Bitcoin Bonds. The first ever product, and the product was that I'm going to invest my customers' money into Bitcoins, and I'm going to give a minimum guaranteed return of 12% per annum for at least 3 years, with a lock-in period of 3 years, and I'm going to give him full price correction, which is the price of Bitcoin falls down, I'm going to cover it for him. And I had a fund to cover that for him. But if the prices go up, then 50% of the gain is mine, and 50% of the gain is the customer. And again, I believe in small, soft launches. I don't believe in big launches, $1 million launches. I just want a small, because I want to see these things operating in real. And and so basically, I said I would accept 20 users of $100 each, and and that will start the product. Okay, so that whole issue I thought will take me about, and I also gave an option of some of my existing people who have known me, who I've known for a long time, to go at a little bit higher. The whole all 20 slots was taken over in exactly 3 hours. Okay, and I was surprised. People, Bitcoin was very new, so in 3 hours I oversold all that, and some people came back and they higher amount, and all of this information is public. If you go to ranchimall.net/bitbonds, will both be our capital. You will find I've made a list of all my investors and the returns that they have got public, because it's a shady world, right? I mean, you don't know whether there are some banking compliances which you have to do just to cover your bases, right? So what I've done is, in order so that the drug dealers and the money launderers don't abuse the platform, I make the name of all my customers public and amount that they have to cover. That's the innovation I've done, is to cover me up, but I don't do KYC, and I don't keep your Aadhaar card or passport, I don't, or ID driving license. I don't do all that, because it's a waste of time. So that product, basically, with my low base cost of base for that operation, it made me profitable by the month of March. My first offering was of Bitcoin at $975, and right now it's doing about $2,500. When the Bitcoin prices reached $1,400, Ranchi became profitable, and in 2 months flat. And I made a post, and I said that now that we have become profitable in 2 months, we are able to do the profitability. I don't care, how big we grow or small we grow. I don't care. My first and core mantra is being profitable, and the profitability has only increased since then. And it's my job as the organizer of the whole project, as my job as chief executive of Ranchi Mall, is to make sure that once I have achieved profitability, for the safety of, for my safety and for all the safety of the people who are going to be associated, it has to be profitable. And we are sticking to that. That's the core mantra. So that was then. So once the Bitcoin bond was done, then you just so telling what we could do. So now I have product sales, something which I've done, and so Ranchi Mall basically has 2 principles. The first principle is every single product has to be on internet, purely on internet. You have to be delivered, constructed, and delivered on internet. And the second principle is it has to be absolutely for the first time. So a product like Bitcoin bonds, where a market instrument where you are giving a guaranteed rate of return which is higher than the market rate of return, has been done for the first time, and Bitcoin itself for the first time. So it managed to tick the 2 conditions that I had set for Ranchi Mall, and it took me time to find something like that. But we did it. Then I took some time out. I went to Colombia. That's a lovely country, and I had a friend, and her parents were there, and so they invited me. I stayed with them. And there I did something called painting bonds in Colombia, which is like which is value of painting as an asset on the blockchain, and then sharing some gains, and then I also started a product called startup bonds. But that product I realized there's some weaknesses. The startup as an asset class has a lot of problems, so I had to drop that product, So I traveled to Colombia, and then I came back to US. I came to Miami. I took a car, and said, okay, let us enjoy a little bit. I drove all the way from one end of Miami, on one of the extreme ends of US. I went all the way up to Seattle, drove all the way, came back, went to Bay Area, went to California, New Mexico, Arkansas, Mississippi. No, I just drove. It's fun. America is a great fun state. Stayed out a month there, then I went to Haiti. Haiti is a poor country in a rich continent, and it's surprised to find how much poor it is. And I think bitcoins can make a big difference. It can really change the fortune of the country. People get involved into virtual economy where it's free of government interventions and where you could exchange values very rapidly. So from Haiti, then I basically went to London for a day, and from London I came back to Ranchi, stayed for some time, about 10 days, my parents are there, and then I went back to UAE, after London, so basically what I done there is.
It's okay.
So now I had some new ideas. So I incorporated a company called Ranchi Bond FZD, Free Zone Enterprise in place called Fujairah. And I was basically doing the figure for that. So I just came back from, stayed there for almost about a month there. And then we're talking to, I was just looking forward to, I do entrepreneurship classes in NITIE every couple of years when I get an opportunity, and I have some good ideas. And this is, I think last time I did it in 2013, and now it's 2017, so it's time to be there. And so I came to Mumbai and here. So that's a small introduction, of what I did in the last 6 months, and the floor is yours. Or you could have the tea first and then continue. One thing I would like to say for sure is, if you, there's this thing which I've been saying. One of the things I would like to say is which I've told basically when I was in my own batch, and I've passed on that message consistently to all the batches across the years, is that let's do an ROI of a job. See, one of the big problems right now is that you have some big loans. How much loans are you carrying? Are you carrying 10 lakhs loans? How much?
Yeah.
10 lakhs.
8 lakhs.
8 lakhs? How much is 8 lakhs? How much is 8 lakhs loan? 8 lakhs about?
8 lakhs.
How much is 10 lakhs about?
No, 8 lakhs.
8 lakhs. 8 lakhs. How much is the fees for 2 years? And you pay 8 lakhs, you took all loan, yeah? So basically what has happened is because of that you cannot do bold things, you have to take the job, otherwise you can't. And what's the payment terms? Like you have to pay right away, you get 2 years break, right away. How much is the EMI for 8 lakhs? How much do you pay for
80,000. 80,000.
Roughly?
80,000.
Per month, how much? 20,000 per month.
That's it.
So basically, one of the I would say, when I did my MBA, I paid 50,000 rupees per year. Okay. First year, I paid 70,000 rupees tuition fee, and I had 20,000 extra for mess fee. Okay. So I could pay, my father could pay all of that without any loan. Okay. In your case, that's not possible because the fees is.
So I took a house loan.
Yeah.
And usually my calculation is I took 20 lakhs. 20,000 is the EMI. 1 lakh 1,000.
For 30 or 15 years, 15 years.
Down again.
Yeah, they will have a short time.
You would like very much. So 8 lakhs is 8,000, for example. Probably 60 lakhs, 60,000 would have been the so cut down half. Interest also will go much faster. So
Thank you.
20 lakhs, 20,000 would have been your. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically to pay off you have to get a job, essentially. Okay. That was not my constraint. Okay. And if you take up a job, so let me do some ROI for you. Okay. What's the average salary that it was last year? Tell me the average salary, peak salary, and low and typical salary. 3 months, let's say. What was the last year? What's the peak salary?
Around
14 lakhs. 14 lakhs. 16 lakhs. Okay, and 16 lakhs, how much is in hand? Because for that, about 80,000, 90,000, 80,000 rupees.
The base salary average you're asking for. Yeah, average goes around 12.
Yeah, so there's a peak.
I'm not considering the ESOPs in everything. I'm just considering the base.
Yeah. So ESOP you will not get 12 away 5 years and also you should take it out of the equation.
Everything else will be around
80,000, yeah, per month, yeah, cash in hand, yeah. So 80,000 cash in hand, and so let's just add, and how much do you expect your salary will go 20 years from now? Yeah, we can be ambitious as ambitious as you can. Per hand, just like this 80,000 per month, okay, that's in the hands. Just like that's what that is your spending power. Okay, how much do you think your salary will reduce in 20 years?
2.5 times.
2.5 times, so 2 lakhs. Okay, and how much the salary will be 40 years from now?
Not much.
Then just give a number.
Not much. I mean,
Let's have some ambitious numbers so that we have some precise numbers to talk about. 4 lakhs per month? Yeah? 4 lakhs per month? So let's do 4 lakhs per month, and so how much is working? So you'll have working about 40 years. Okay? If you pass out of 25, is it 25 to 65? Okay, I give you, people retire at 60, but let's say you retire at 65. So give you 40 years, okay? 40 years is how many months? 1 year is 12 months. So 40 years is how many months? 40 months. 480 months into 4 lakhs is what's the number? Just give me calculate. Yeah, just give me the number. Yeah. Give me the number. What would I do? What would I do? 1920 lakhs. That's 19 crores. Okay, 19 crores. So if you get 4 lakh rupees for 40 years from now, what's your maximum upper limit? Is 19 crores, right? That's what you earn your lakhs. That is assuming you start getting 4 lakhs, but you won't get 4 lakhs until 30 years from now. But I'm assuming you start your job at 4 lakhs rupees. Okay, so your maximum earning capacity in a job, and I gave you very ambitious. Okay, it cannot be more than 19 crores. Okay, it's the highest amount that you got by the way, 19 crores. Okay, so that's case number 1. Okay, 19 crores. That's what you're looking as a total revenue. And it's true. It's happening in the batch mix, because we interact with that. They are settling around 4 crores. And because you spend also, right? You spend in housing, and 90 crores is not your next spending. It's the cash in hand, but you will have your wife, there will be jewelry, there will be kids, there will be schooling costs. Okay. So most of my friends basically we got realize they will have a net saving of 1 to 2 crores of my batch at least by the time they retire. Okay. And my batch is one of the hottest batches. Okay. We'll get some of those guys. Okay. One of them is the CEO, partners in Big Fours. Leading something like PNG. You'll get some of those guys in this class. Okay. Now let's just do entrepreneurship. Okay. Entrepreneurship, how much do you think you earn for first 5 years? 0? Just a 0. Okay. Let's say you start earning 10,000 rupees 1 year from 5th year to 7th year. Okay. But then you have a breakthrough idea. Okay. How much is the Flipkart? Flipkart is a very successful guy, so I won't came up here. You're an average guy, okay? You're not really a genius. Okay. So 19 crores at today exchange rate, how much dollar is that? $3 million? $3 million. So $3 million in net revenue you are getting, okay? $3 million in entrepreneurship is a matter of 2 nights. Okay? And it will become maybe 2 hours. People are running $165 million in blockchain in 3 hours. But there's a price to that. The price is that you won't fly, you won't have good hotel, you won't have job security for first 5 years. You get 0. Okay. So that's essentially the bargain which I do for myself. Which is that alright, I'm ready to take no money out there. But I know that I'll catch up. And needless to say that financially speaking, I'm way ahead of all of my superstar graduates. And the distance will keep on increasing because money earns you more. Okay. So that's what I wanted to give you a small equation. Is that when you make your career choices, okay, don't be short-sighted. And don't go for 4 lakh rupees per month job. Okay. You will not get 4 lakh rupees per month job, but if you got it, it's not worth it. What's worth it is to start in an area, in a line, in a place where you could crack what it takes to be successful. And that's hard. I have to tell you that. It's not easy. Okay? you get rejected many times, you get, but if you can stay in the road, you will basically make it. So that's a thought as you started it, and so all of those of you who have been thinking, you don't even realize how stupid you are if you take the best jobs of the campus. And what happens once you get a job, then you get used to the luxuries as said, you start living. So you just cannot leave. The trap is a golden handle. You should see the full life cycle picture. I just want to bring the equation in front of you. The economics of a good job with slightly little bit more money initially compared to something where you could probably make a lot of money at a time.
Yeah, questions. Your questions.
And one more thing, I mean, the way, with Dr. Tripathy said, nothing is pre-formatted, so I came for a guest lecture, but I think you can make it interactive, if it's an entrepreneurship course, the only way to learn entrepreneurship is by doing entrepreneurship. So we could just maybe do a guest lecture and stop here, or probably could take further and over next, because we can do everything online, basically, So if you are interested, we can do it. I can take you to entrepreneur life cycle in the build service. What would you say? Go ahead.
So I would like to ask about Bitcoin.
Yeah. Just give me 2 minutes and then we come to Bitcoin. Okay? Just give me 2 minutes. So how do you want to do it? Do we want to do a one guest lecture or do it entrepreneurial style? Or be an entrepreneur? Say loud. Show some energy. Give me some clear opinion. Show some energy.
I'll ask just, I'll drop this information. Last class, I just asked the similar business ideas to the students.
Right.
Without revealing the names, I'll just put them.
Yeah.
The idea is inspiration of solar trees.
Right.
This is one idea somebody said about business idea, providing blue-collar jobs like plumbing, electrician, computer, etc. in a formal,
Typical student
organized manner. Sports culture,
Right.
so they would like to create a sports facility, providing sports facility world-class infrastructure.
Right.
That's one. Portal for photography and public speaking.
Right.
This is one sharing. And photography and public speaking are two together by they're just working on. This SC model, providing supply chain operations, consulting, small scale manufacturer, medium scale manufacturer. This is just randomly just
Yeah,
what are the ideas?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean that's
I mean,
I think
these are
that's why someone starts for the first time they come to kind of.
Don't blame me saying
No idea is bad or good or no. Idea is an idea because you have what you want, So those are
You don't blame me later saying
Yeah.
कहाँ से आया बोलने बात करो
Right.
आप ही दिया है मैं खाली हमारा सीनियर है हमारा सीनियर है सर्टिफिकेट निकालो तो दिखाऊंगा अब तुम लोग ये चीजें नहीं बोल पाते
I passed out at last position in the class. I'm the last in that.
you can't say no to it.
Yeah.
And I also concerned because this is the way how we should do it. According to the faculty, and providing supply chain operation solution temporary, and is also same together. This is being done. Tea joint.
It comes all the time. Tea, opening a tea shop has been like I've taken many courses. Every time you look at the idea, tea is always there. Okay, never changed.
Portal for travelers helps create a plan for travelers based on number of days.
But it's good. It's good attempt because you have to start somewhere.
For registration, there.
So this was done by you, all of you guys have done it?
I just randomly asked.
Yeah.
Providing a digital platform for buyers and sellers. The idea is to give your belongings on rent to the person.
Great.
Job portal for part-time job seekers, temporary jobs in the waiting mode. Okay.
Any idea if you start working, you'll find something better and you'll reach here. Okay, so any idea, in entrepreneurship there's no limit. So whatever you are, the entrepreneurship needs persistence. You to stay on that idea for 20 years or 5 years. And of course not be fixed formatted, change it as you learn more and tell you. Like today I passed out in 2001, 2017, 16 years. My Bitcoin idea came only in 17 years. Okay, so you have to be open.
IoT implementation, cold chain logistics, and business discovery and engagement platform for artists, distinct speakers, which I to create an team which will
Because it was an excellent example, I have to say.
Children carrying the product to their parents, which basically
Right.
children's location.
Right.
Customized t-shirts, these people.
That also comes, customized t-shirt also comes every year. Tea and different stuff, yeah.
To expand my family business, patient paradise, and system making a website and integrate it, create marketing.
Never change.
Idea of the business, develop online video modules to promote initiation of schools. Basic business model consists of peer-to-peer lending marketplace that would facilitate lending.
I heard about this one.
Provide end-to-end supply chain
Peer-to-peer.
to the S1 in this thing. So these are some ideas which.
Nice, very nice, okay, very nice. Yeah, so, alright, so, what question you got on Bitcoins?
So, about Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
I have a very vague idea about mining.
Yeah, just ask sometimes. Ask.
Mining is
What do you know what mining is? What do you know what mining
exactly
is?
mining is?
Mining is. Okay, so what happens with Bitcoin is that Bitcoin has a database called blockchain. Okay, and blockchain database is a it's a read-only database. Okay, it's a purely transparent database where you can only read, but you cannot write. Okay, because of that property is unhackable. Because writing is very difficult. Okay, writing can be done only by very selected group of people, and the resource cost of writing is very high. Okay, and entire blockchain is centered around that writing. So the job of writing into the blockchain is called mining. It's a database. You understand database, right? So they have it. So if you want to write into the database, okay, that because of certain nature of the Bitcoin operation itself, writing into the blockchain database is called mining. Okay, in a very simple term, I'm explaining. Okay, and the reason why it's called mining is because to be able to write, you are competing with all the other people who also want to write. And the person who successfully manages to write gets a reward of more bitcoins. Correct? The reward is about 12.5 bitcoins per block, and one block gets generated every 10 minutes. Okay? So mining means the winner of all those people who want to write to the database, and you can get to write only once every 10 minutes. So the person who gets the right to write into the database once every 10 minutes, that is called a miner, and this process is called mining. Got to give you some idea. The reason why the word mining came is because you have to solve a cryptographic mathematical problem, which is a very tough problem, and you need a lot of supercomputing capability to do that. Okay, the current hash rate, which is the computing power that goes into the ability to write right now currently, is about 10 million times more than all top 5 supercomputers of the world combined. That's the amount of computing power you need right now. That's to be able to write once every 10 minutes into the blockchain of Bitcoin. So mining is also a complicated operation. For mining also you have to dig and you have to do out here. So they call this process as mining. The founder Satoshi Nakamoto, who is a hidden guy, I don't know who the guy is. He coined the mining to denote the job of the successful person who successfully managed to write. And yeah, go ahead.
What is the purpose of that?
The purpose of what? The purpose of mining is to solve what is called as the Byzantine's general problem. And this problem came from computer science in networking context. Okay, so his solution. So basically, the problem was that suppose there are 4 generals, okay, who are attacking a city from 4 different directions, and they have to coordinate an attack. And none of the general knows can trust any other. Okay, so it's quite possible that one person says let's attack at a particular time. Okay, and the remaining 3 generals, he doesn't know whether they are trustworthy or are they with the enemy. And if they don't attack, and if he attacks alone, then he'll be killed. Okay, so how to make sure that 4 generals who are untrustworthy, who are not trusting each other, can simultaneously coordinate and be absolutely certain that even if some of them are traitors, still the attack will happen. Okay? This problem was a problem which came in, you understood the problem? Yes sir, say me now. Yes, yeah, okay. And if there is no, say me no, okay? So this problem came in computer science in case of networking. Okay, in networking packets have to agree, and who gets, and sometimes there will be hackers in the system. and no computer can trust any other computer. Okay, so this problem was considered unsolvable until Satoshi Nakamoto solved it using the blockchain concept that he got involved here. Okay, so he solved the Benjaminian general problem, and the result of the Benjaminian general problem solution was that you could trust an action through untrusted entities. So everyone in the blockchain network is untrusted. They don't trust each other. Okay, someone could be a Russian spy, someone could be a Chinese, nationalist, someone could be a drug dealer, but all of them agree on what's written into the database, even if all of them are untrustworthy. Okay, so that's the purpose of mining. So the mining creates trust out of untrusted entities. And because of that, you could assign something like as a value. So if say the Bitcoin has a value of $2,500, the reason why it has value is that if this guy is not going to give me $2,500, then that guy will leave. Okay? And that comes because of solving this trust problem among untrusted. That's what mining is. Clear? Yeah, go ahead. I had many things.
How sure were you before trying something?
Well, I just knew that if I stayed long enough, I'd find the right answers. And I knew that I had many things to learn. The reason why you fail is that you don't know all the factors which are going on. You're not educated enough. Okay. So I knew that I had to make small experiments and controlled failures to make sure that I learn, how to handle people. That's very important. Like how to get people to convince them of what you want them to do. Okay. That's been a good challenge. How to make sure people trust you, how to make sure people treat you well. Okay. How you treat them. That was very important. And then what are the right problems to attack? What are the technical challenges to solve? So I did many experiments. Like I did 3D printing, I did something called WP robot, I did amazing affiliate programming, I did size jobs. So once I bought a Jaguar in UK, sold it in Tanzania, ended up in a fiasco. I had to leave the Jaguar in the port, because it couldn't handle anymore. So I have done, but all of those things which I did, and once I did micro lending again in Tanzania, and the money never came back to me. So I did maybe hundreds of experiments, but in such a way that none of the experiment, and I knew that experiment would fail. If it failed, I should be safe. So I always made sure that my experiments are good. And that process keeps on going. I'm still experimenting, I'm still trying to do new things out here. But you learn every failure teaches you, and you become better, until at the point you come to a confidence level that. So I just knew that I'm going to nail this now, no matter what. I'm not going to give up, and once you're at the conference, mistakes will happen. You will learn and you will.
I should say, more than sure, one should be clear about it. I would like to say, when Rohit was clear about it, I was sure of it. You need not be sure. I don't know whether I'm putting it or not. These are words which I don't know.
I knew that I wanted to be in control of my life. I didn't want my bosses to decide when I go for vacation or what I do. I knew that I wanted to do my life in my way. And that stayed in NITIE, that stayed in when I was in Ernst & Young, that's how it was. When I was in control, that's how it was. And now I'm doing marching, obviously now it's going to stay. So I want to be in charge of my life. It's my life. Where to go, what to eat, what to do, to partner with, where to spend my time. I want to be 100% control. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever come to a stage where, like, at the lowest one, when you didn't have enough money, you didn't have...
I never had money. I was like a student like you, I never had money. You don't need money in life. What you need is ideas.
I'm saying, throughout your journey, while trying all those experiments, did that stage ever come that you didn't have money for the next day's expedition?
No, it never happened. What happened was, the only time I was short of money was when I had 2 loans in Ernst & Young. So basically I had a house loan. I had taken a house in Washi, and then that had an EMI. So I was taking about, when I joined Ernst & Young, my in-hand salary was 23,000, my first salary. Okay. By the time I retired, it was 50,000. Like I left Ernst & Young, it was 50,000 income. Okay. Although my notional CTC was very high, and so I had 2 loans basically. I had a loan of 10,000 rupees, like 11,000 rupees per month on a house that I had taken in Washi. And then I taken a car, in Chennai, and basically a boss introduced me to someone, and I just started taking, and I liked it. I loved it. Ford Escort, and it's a pretty hot car. And that had another EMI of about, basically it had another 10,000. So basically out of my, you could say, 33,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees was going into full loans. Okay, so the remaining 30,000 I had to pay Chennai 6,000 as rent. So I was left with 8,000 rupees for everything else. So that was that third year constraint. So that's the only time I went constrained. And then I made up my mind that because I happened in NITIE, so I read a book in NITIE by Tom Peters, and the book name was Reimagine. It's a beautiful book, all the pictures and some big messages, And so one of the messages was in that book was basically what Forrest Gump. Have you heard of the movie Forrest Gump? So Forrest Gump is actually a multiple part movie and a multiple part book. Only the first part is made into a movie, but the fourth part of the book has a quote: "Is rent everything, don't own even your shoes." Okay. And it straight away resonated with me. So the fact that I'm owning a car and a house is crushing me, literally. And then I made up my mind that there will no loan in my life ever. Okay. And so I sold my house right away. And I just threw my car into the car was too old to be sold, so I just left it into the garage and took it back. Okay. Yeah, so, but that made me that I had 30,000, like basically 20,000 extra cash, and suddenly I became flush with cash. Okay. And I made up my mind that I had a financial principle that I should spend without control. Only on the condition that my net worth has to increase every quarter. Okay. 2004 was when I made a decision. 2004 to 2000, I done many crazy things. I know what my upper limit of spending. I know I will never take loans, and I know I will not spend ever more than what I earn every quarter. And my net worth has always increased without fail for 2014 to 2017. It's always increased. Now I'm at a stage where just by doing nothing, I get so much of money that I can basically live the rest of my life without working a single minute. But that's a boring life. You don't want to not do anything. So I'm at that stage now, but the principal stays, so I still keep on growing my net worth every single year. And most of my assets is basically now shifting into virtual assets, which is like Bitcoins and Foreign coins and these kind of things. So I'm getting out of all the conventional, like I never had a house, I never had a car, And one part of increase of your earning is also living simple. Okay, and you could stay 6,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees a night in a 5-star hotel, but you can stay 400 rupees. Which has been, because Kasi says free now, and I love it, because you could make your rupee run much longer if you would travel by bus, if you stay, use the public transportation, if you be simple, live simple, It's not hard on you, right? From the AC. This is fine. This is India. Okay, so yeah, so whenever I did an experiment, I knew my upper limits, and I would never break that. Now, even if I have to terminate the experiment, I do all I didn't care because
You would always keep a safety stock aside and then take the risk.
What's that?
You would always take a safety stock and then take the risk.
Yeah, my condition is that my net worth has to increase every single year. Okay, and if I'm honestly being, so I never track small expenses. Okay, I never tracked expenses, but I just knew I knew that my big amount, how much I'm spending, and the moment it comes into a result, I cut all the expenses. There have been some months where I live in Ranchi with my parents, There have been some months when I felt that my expenses are going, I don't need it anymore, but there was a point where it was happening. I got my expenses down to zero for full month. I just never went out of my house. So